The answers lie within you. You have all the answers. You are whole and complete. Don't believe the stories that you tell yourself. They're just opinions, not fact. Create a present, not in the past. Create a present in the future. The reimagining of the self.
Hello, welcome to Easy English. So today I'm asking the people of Brighton about confidence, advice they'd give to people on building confidence, and examples in their own life where they were lacking a little bit of self-esteem. Here we go. What advice would you give on self-esteem or confidence?
I think it's about doing the stuff you're good at and enjoying that. So I think if you're struggling with meeting people or finding friends, what I would do is say, what's the thing I like doing? What makes me feel good? When did I last feel good? And then try and replicate that. So that helps build your confidence because you feel you're adding value back into the group of friends you're with. And I think a lot of lacking in confidence is because you don't feel valuable amongst the people you're mixing with.
So with confidence, I think it's about comfort zones. And I think if you can depict something that you're interested in or something you're kind of really into and really want to speak about, you'll be able to find your confidence with that. If you're comfortable speaking about it, if you know what you're talking about, then your confidence will come through that. So you should always try and kind of deviate the conversation the way of something that you are confident about, something you are interested in, whether it's a sporting event, whether it's anything you like, whether it's being at the beach or going for walks, anything you have the enthusiasm about, speak about that, and that will give you more confidence, I think.
So I think as my job is a lecturer, so that does take confidence standing up in front of a group, and sometimes you don't always feel it, and often perhaps I don't feel it is if it's about a topic that I'm not comfortable with. So I think my sort of tips quite often is being prepared. So if there's something like whatever you're doing, perhaps always do that preparation. And if it's doing a run or any exercise, just doing a bit of research, talking to friends, getting advice, that type of thing. So that preparation, I think, helps build confidence.
Well, what I would always do is pretend like I'm really sure in what I'm saying. If you're unsure with yourself, then you're not going to appear confident. So just be really sure about what you're saying, because then people will believe that you're a confident, outgoing person. Don't, think too much about what you're saying all the time. Just go out, be free with it. Don't directly focus on anyone if you're talking to them, and just be confident in what you're saying, really. Believe what you're saying is right.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to appear or seem or feel more confident?
Breathe and believe.
Breathe and believe.
That's it.
Physically breathing and believing mentally.
However you want to take that. Breathe and believe.
Breathe slowly or breathe quickly?
Depends. Center yourself. Breathe and believe.
Breathe and believe. Hello. So unfortunately, we didn't get so many interviews for this episode. Storm Eunice had other ideas. So I thought, in fact, that I'd give you my opinion, if you'll take it. So I believe that you can't just sort of magically improve your self-esteem. You have to own it, I think. And that involves you sort of understanding why you're lacking in certain senses. Maybe you were bullied in school, maybe you lost your job, or you just know that you're lacking in some sort of skill in life. I think it's also worth realizing that everybody has some sort of neuroticism in their life, and that most people who are outwardly confident are usually doing this to compensate for something which makes them feel a little bit insecure. I personally actually love people who admit to their failures in life and who admit that they are quite insecure about things. I think it makes people really modest and quite humble, which is a very attractive quality, I think. So I dubbed this the 8 Mile approach based on the Eminem film. I think if you're feeling nervous or emotional, you're probably best off just outwardly admitting it. I think people can often see behind any sort of ruse anyone has if they're pretending to be okay. I think it's quite easy to see through this. And to be honest, I think most people, if you admit this, will have empathy towards you, or they should show empathy towards you. So for me personally, I have a confidence issue in speaking another language. I work in the Easy Languages Network, and all of our meetings are held in English. So I get to see the level of English that all the non-native speakers have, and it's truly amazing. So it does make me very self-conscious that my German is absolutely nowhere near the level of English that they have. And so I find it's just better for me to admit this, that I'm not very comfortable or confident speaking another language yet. And yeah, everyone is very receptive to this. And I think if you have confidence issues speaking English, then I think you should just tell people, and I'm sure they'll accept you. So I have a means to defeating my confidence issue, which is through my language app. And now I personally recommend Busuu, who kindly agreed to sponsor this video. So if you're learning or want to start learning a language, then follow the link here, which is clickable down in the description below, and you can start learning for free. Or they even have a 7-day trial of their premium features, which I really recommend. So the thing I like the most about Busuu is there are many ways to learn a language through their app. I tend to get quite bored when you have the same learning method, but with Busuu you get to watch videos, listen to audio, read text and practice your pronunciations and have it reviewed by the fellow native users. A great feature is a study plan which helps keep me motivated and not overwhelm me with unrealistic goals. So we're all busy people, I imagine, and we need to set our own times for learning. And Busuu recognises this and is really great at breaking down everything into achievable lessons and to help keep you motivated and engaged. So click on this link, which is also in the description below, to quickly take you to Busuu and help you start learning a language for free. Now back to the episode. I'm going to play like devil's advocate right now. Let's say you're not in a group and you're not doing anything which is particularly rehearsed. Let's say you're on a date.
Yeah.
This scenario with someone that you think, oh, I'd
Yeah.
love to be that person, but you have just crippling anxiety about this kind of thing.
Smile a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smile a lot.
Okay.
And tell yourself that you are confident, really. Stand tall. Always stand tall. The way that you walk is really important, I think. And eye contact. You must make eye contact at all time. I would say not look away, but make eye contact, yeah.
Okay. Stand tall, mate. So lots of physical kind of...
The way you enter a room is really important. The way you stand is important. Yeah, you can deceive somebody that you're really confident, yeah.
I was a drama teacher in the inner city in Whitechapel for 33 years. So I spent a life giving children, inner city kids, challenging confidence, the belief that the answers lie within them, the transformation of the self. And if you want to read more about it, plug it, shameless. In Search, reimagining what it means to be a teacher. Daniel Schindler. You can get it in Amnesty, in Brighton, in the North Lane. Get it now. Loads of advice there.
In my world, I feel very nervous when I'm talking to new people because you always have that kind of, am I any good at what I do? And I don't think that ever goes. I don't think it ever leaves you. But what I've learnt is to listen really well to the way people are talking, even with like now obviously a lot of it's online, but look at people, look at the room they're in, look at the space they're taking up, and just try and picture how that conversation's going to go. And obviously the best thing is age and experience in a lot of ways, because you understand different types of people have different needs. But if the person if I've got a new client, for example, I will try to get to know them, ask them questions, keep it fairly light, make sure I feel comfortable in my space, especially on things like Zoom. So make sure it's tidy, all that boring stuff that you always think, oh, but actually, if you feel confident in your space, then that will help that conversation. So, as I say, for new clients, I'll make sure my office looks nice and tidy, that I'm having a conversation that I feel about things I know about. So, yeah.
Fantastic. That was really great.
Well, kind of recently I did have to like present things to my class because in college, and I had to present things to like put myself forward as a candidate. And so I just kind of stood up there and just tried to say like I'm really great for being a candidate, even though I knew that I wasn't the best suited candidate. But it worked anyway. I was nominated to be a class representative, even though I probably wasn't the best person.
I have to do a lot of speaking to groups of people and hosting meetings. And even now, after years of doing it, before every single meeting, I get that feeling of anxiety. It's the same people I deal with every time. It's the same subjects. And I always start with that anxiety, that kind of panic of, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? What if something goes wrong? The confidence comes when I step up there. I always start with maybe a little anecdote or a little breaking the ice with a joke maybe. That's always good. And that relaxes me more than anything. And then the confidence there comes where I can speak about the subjects we need to speak about and get the point across.
All right, so you sort of put into place something which you've, well, not rehearsed as much, but you know where the story goes.
Yes, yeah. The hardest part is starting, I think, with confidence.
Right, yeah.
Once you get involved and start doing it, whether it's on the karaoke machine or whether it's in front of your class, speaking about a subject or reading from the book. That first line will always be the most uncomfortable you will be. Once you break that barrier, you will gain in confidence, you'll speak better, you'll talk better, you'll present yourself better, and it's all about that first little bit, getting through that, I think.
It's really good. Do you do the karaoke?
Sometimes.
Nice. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Let us know in the comments below your tips and tricks on building confidence or on appearing more confident. Also, let us know in the comments below if you like the fact that we appear in the videos and give our opinion. Do you want to see it more in the future, or do you want to see less of me in the future? Let us know, and we'll see you next week. Bye.